racing in Chicago. The field spreading out as they head into turn number 1, Bagman.
Everybody holding their breath off the end of the front straightaway. Ty Gibbs will beat the entire field to turn 1 in the lead. Remember, these drivers are on slick tires, they're not on the wet weather tires. Battle for third. Bowman, then the purple 48, wedging his way to the inside of Michael McDowell in a race for 4th.
They race onto Lakeshore Drive for the first time. Ty Gibbs, the black 54, leading the way as this race for the 4th spot continues. Battle for the lead as Tyler Reddick looks inside Ty Gibbs. They work through 4 for the first time. Here's the right-hander, turn 5. Everybody through cleanly as they hit Columbus Drive.
They exit turn number 5, work their way back onto Columbus Drive. Remember, turn 6 was the trouble corner last year in the wet. Let's see how everybody's about to fare out now as they begin to slowly decelerate, apply pressure to the brake, and ease into this corner. Everybody's gotten a memo so far. Nobody coming in hot. Nobody slamming into the tire barrier. 2 and 3 wide racing down the hill to turn 7.
Gibbs out front by just under a second over Tyler Reddick, Shane Van Gisbergen, Kyle Larson, and Christopher Bell in the top 5.
SVG with a big move on the inside of Gibbs.
The 16.
Christopher Bell trying to go with him.
Yep, now trying to drag race that 19 of Gibbs, 54 of Gibbs as they go onto the front stretch. Now they try to go around Ryan Preece in the 41, and it's Shane Van Gisbergen who's able to take the lead. Here comes Christopher Bell in the 20.
Christopher Bell out of nowhere now is going to challenge his teammate for second. Joey Logano blocking the way. Joey in that yellow and red 22. He's a lap car. All of these cars that are passing him are on the lead lap.
Shane Van Gisbergen, the leader. Christopher Bell, though, keeping him honest. You get a look at him there out of the back of Van Gisbergen as Corey LaJoie is around over on the backside of the course.
Right now he is in turn number 5, facing the wrong way as Corey LaJoie gets turned around before he has an opportunity to make his way onto Columbus Drive.
So it's going to be Shane Van Gisbergen. He will win stage 1. It ends under caution because of the spin by the 7 of LaJoie, as well as the rain coming out and keeping us under yellow.
But these will be live pit stops. Slow stops will cost positions. Let's see what happens when everybody chooses to do for adjustments. Dave.
In a football game or maybe even a rugby match, they can change cleats at halftime if they don't like what the field has done and the weather has changed things. These pit crews cannot. They're in their tennis shoes that they plan to be in, so they've got to be very careful as well. The front 3 and the rest of the field are on those slicks that they were on, so very gingerly, Shane Van Gisbergen brings the field to pit road. You see the 3 pit stops happening there. Let's head up pit road to Marty.
Dave, the big debate on the 5 radio for Kyle Larson. Were they going to pull a tear off or not? As you see Christopher Bell leave his pit stall, they decide not to pull the tear off because that's the only layer of Rain-X they have on the windshield. Larson wanted to leave it, and the 5 team with a pretty quick stop. I believe Larson gained a couple of spots here going to those wet weather tires.
You see SVG lost 3, and we're going to have a problem here. We've got a bottleneck coming off of pit road, a little bit of contact, and we're back to racing now on the wet tires and the wet streets of Chicago.
You see the sliding, but look at the cars disappearing in the distance with the spray. Grip and visibility a challenge.
Ty Gibbs immediately going to work in that green and black 54 to the inside of the orange and blue 71 of Zane Smith. Everybody just trying to funnel down into some degree of lack of chaos there in 1. Here they are in 2. The right-hander onto Lakeshore Drive. So far, so good.
We saw a race for second there. Zane Smith trying to fend off Christopher Bell, the red and black 20. Bubba Wallace around in front of the field. He was inside the top 5 as everybody tries to come around him, kind of in a blind spot there as they come around the corner onto Lakeshore Drive. Leaders continue to work their way back into turn number 4 and 5. But here's Bubba and Daniel Suarez stopped at the exit of 2. You'll see it here as they work down into turn number 2. Bubba on the outside in the 23, just contact there from Bowman. Bubba kind of gassed it up to try to get out of everybody's way, and Suarez collected. Baggy, they're headed to you.
Now here they come into turn 6. Here they come. Ty Gibbs tiptoeing his way. This is the battle for third. Larson, Zane Smith. Oh, and Chase Briscoe. He'll nail the tire barrier in 6. He gets turned around, and he just shellacks that tire barrier. Nobody else collected, but a hard contact for Chase Briscoe, and he's able to drive away. But he gave that tire barrier one heck of a lick.
I thought there was some contact from the 14 when he was sliding. Let's take a look on board and see just how much damage to the 16. I think he hit right side. I think this car is really wrecked.
Junked?
Yeah, the right side of this has heavy, heavy damage. The absolute favorite coming in. So you're going to be on board right here, and you're going to see he's going to get hit from behind and straight into the barrier. Briscoe hits the 16 of Shane Van Gisbergen, and that was a big, big hit. I would be shocked if the 16 can continue.
And so this is how it happened. Shane Van Gisbergen on the left, you see, and Chase Briscoe coming in and just clips the back of that car.
Yeah, so you can see it's not even enough to really spin him around. What it did is just increased his speed. So as Shane was into the corner at what he thought was an appropriate speed, you watch, he thinks he's going to make the corner. And he just, I mean, there's nothing you could do at that point. There's just no runoff.
So pit road is not open, but what they're going to do, because there are puddles and standing water around this course, they're bringing the field onto pit road. They're going to stop them. They're going to red flag this race so that the air tundras can come out and blow off any of the standing water or the puddles that are on the course. Of course, Steve, you mentioned it earlier. Those of us that have been on the roads and you've driven before, you know there's hydroplaning. When you have standing water, that's, even with rain tires or wet weather tires, you still have that possibility.
And now the good news is, you see in this shot right here, it doesn't look like the rain's coming down very heavily. So I believe that the air tundras can blow it off relatively quickly. We're also here at single file restarts. Anything to get back racing, I'm on board with, because the crowd is here. It looks good. I'm ready to see some racing.
And again, it's a single file restart. Green flag is back in the air. Ty Gibbs leading them down Columbus Drive into turn 1.
Here's Ty Gibbs. He'll take the reins. He'll scamper out in front by about a car length or two. That's Christopher Bell in the 20. Kyle Larson in the 5. They're already side by side. Zane Smith kicks the back end wide right there. Everybody is safely through turn 1. Now the right-hander onto turn 2 at Lakeshore Drive.
Good racing there at the front of the field. Larson on Christopher Bell for the second spot. Bell will get the better of that battle as everybody works down Lakeshore Drive here. Just looking for some clean racetrack to avoid the spray. They work through 3 and down into the right-hander, the treacherous turn 4. Bell is close. He's putting the pressure on Ty Gibbs. Now here's the right-hand turn number 5. They go back onto Columbus Drive and head towards turn 6.
And everybody is taking a measured approach. This is a very slick portion of this road course, and it's collected cars already today, and this has a reputation of being very tough in the wet. Here's the battle for the lead. Christopher Bell taking a peek. Ty Gibbs giving him room, and Bell's just going to jam it in there. Couple of Toyotas, couple of teammates side by side for the lead. Now they'll go drivers right up against the wall, and then Christopher Bell will angle his car in. Larson, oh, Larson's in hot. Oh, he'll go windshield deep. Kyle Larson locks it down and slams into the tire barrier while racing for second here in turn 6.
Very hard contact for Kyle Larson in turn 6. Caution has come out. He's trying to get unlocked from that tire barrier, but to no avail. Looked like he was going to shorten that car up as hard as he was going in there.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest hits we've seen in turn 6. Here, he's stuck. I don't know if he made contact with the 54 or the 5 was trying to get by. I think he knew the 20 was kind of pulling that lead, and he knew he had to make something happen. What exactly happens? You just see too far, lock up, and barely contact. Turns right, actually. Kyle Larson turns right to miss the 54 and takes a head-on shot. Turns right, or the car goes right, but almost misses the tire barriers all the way to the right. Makes contact with the concrete wall. You see the damage. Grazes the bumper of the 54. Look at that concrete barrier move.
And out of 12, they've gone through the restart zone, back under green flag conditions. Christopher Bell, Ty Gibbs, Tyler Reddick, Todd Gilliland, and Nemechek barreling into turn number 1.
Christopher Bell first to the whip and first away with the lead. Ty Gibbs, Tyler Reddick, Todd Gilliland, all stacking up behind them. Here's Chase Elliott. He's trying to go to work on Ross Chastain of that orange car. Chastain now will make the hard right. Now you've got Elliott and A.J. Allmendinger racing for a spot.
Chastain goes to 6. That's the race for 7th. You see out the front of Alex Bowman's car, A.J. Allmendinger there in the 13. He'll dispose of Chase Elliott and go to the 7th spot as they all work through 3. This is the race into turn number 4. Alex Bowman, Hendrick Motorsports teammates to the inside here of Chase Elliott. That's the race for the 8th spot. Here's the race into turn number 5 now. Give that spot to Bowman as they hit Columbus Drive.
Alex Bowman now will clear Chase Elliott. What a great view.
Car in the wall in turn number 4. It is the 4 car. Josh Berry went hard into the tire barrier. Everybody's going to scoot by him here for now. You also got Chase Briscoe off over here as well. So 2 Stewart-Haas cars able to drive away from the scene, but they both go long and off in turn 4.
But the other team's forced our hand. They know a yellow's coming. So here's Bell, the 54, also going to follow of Gibbs. Gilliland, Nemechek, Reddick. I think everyone's going to come. I'd be shocked if anyone stays on the racetrack. Look at this. It looks like it's caution flag. Everybody's coming to pit road, Dave.
And Steve, this was the call. As the drivers gave their feedback, Ty Gibbs hitting his pit stall. The track is not great. It's not great for slicks. They're going to have to be extremely careful as they lead here. Remember,
turn
Gibbs.
6. Austin Dillon is in the tire barrier. He locked it up, and he too has made contact here in 6.
He keeps rolling, and they stay green, Dave.
And there's Christopher Bell. He's got his 4, and he's gone now as well. Bell, the leader of 14 laps so far today. Ty Gibbs, 17 laps. So those leading Toyotas are going to try to make it work from here.
You see right now, though, Joey Hand leads, but Alex Bowman, he's thinking this stage win would be very important. That is a team that is looking to be pretty decent in the playoffs, looking at points. He's not locked in by any means, so a lot of very important points at the end of this stage. How much is he willing to push it to pass the 60 on the right? You see the footwork of Joey Hand. Right foot brake, or right foot gas, left foot brake. A very more normal NASCAR setup. Oh, look at the 48, Rick. He's on him.
Can he get by? This is the final lap, and Joey Hand looks like he's going to be able to outrun Bowman. Bowman tries to go to the inside, but Joey Hand is going to win stage 2. Alex Bowman finishing in 2nd there for stage 2. Out of turn 12, Joey Hand, Bowman, Kozlowski, Hocevar, Truex Jr. all on wet weather tires out in front of the field.
And Joey Hand with a great restart across the start-finish line. But here's Alex Bowman, who'll quickly catch him in turn number 1. They're hanging the left onto Balbo. Now, although about to hand the right onto Lakeshore Drive, Joey Hand still in command.
This is where Bowman was good last time. He's closer this lap as they work down Lakeshore Drive through turn 3 on the right-hand side. Out the front of Alex Bowman's car, the Ally onboard. Race for the lead. Down into the heavy braking, turn 5. Bowman to the driver's right of Joey Hand. He goes by. Alex Bowman to the lead. Joey Hand tucks in line behind him. They race off 5 in reverse order, but nose to tail.
Alex Bowman in that purple number 48 takes the lead coming on to Columbus Drive, and he's going to lead Joey Hand by about 2 car lengths. On descent into 6. Hand is with him stride for stride. 2-car breakaway for the lead, while Hand now will lose a car length coming off that corner.
Yep, Alex Bowman, we can see he had the best race car. Oh, the 4 in the wall again. This is turn 2. Multiple times he's been in the wall today. See if he can get backed out of there. They're going to try to keep it green as long as they can.
And the cautions come out.
Okay, caution's out now.
Through the restart zone, Alex Bowman back into the gas. He goes through the gears, and down the front stretch he rockets. Bowman, Hand, Kozlowski, Truex Jr., Hocevar, Stenhouse Jr., Gregson, Hemrick, and Bell back there in 9th.
Alex Bowman just trying to get out of Dodge right now, trying to get away from Joey Hand, and he'll do it in turn 1. Matter of fact, he'll walk away by about 3 car lengths. Everybody now, trouble in turn number 1. 1 car around, it's Chase Briscoe. 2nd time today, he has found the tire barrier. 1st time in turn 1, while the leaders head up Lakeshore Drive.
And continuing to leg it out over Joey Hand. Truex sideways, he gets into Bell. Hit by Hocevar. That may derail it for Bell. He continues on, but loses all that track position he had gained. Falls out of the the top 10. That's a break for Bowman, but another heartbreaking race for Bell. He's got damage in the 20s. He works down turn number 3 and into 4, just trying to keep that car righted. You'll see a replay of it here. They work off of turn 2, Truex sideways, maybe some contact from Stenhouse. It hooks Bell, heavy contact into the wall, and Hocevar a victim of that as well.
Good battle further back in the pack. Ty Gibbs right now pressuring Brad Keselowski. That's the race for third. Oh, they make contact. 3 wide. What a move by Reddick to pass them both.
Physical racing for third. Ty Gibbs trying to get going. Now we got Denny Hamlin in the tires. Austin Hill there as well. That's on the entry to turn number 1. Hamlin will get away. Hill trying to still get refired. It looks like he'll do so. Headed to turn number 5 as the leaders work through this set of corners over here.
1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. Is there enough time? Reddick is the faster car. He is catching Alex Bowman.
And Tyler Reddick's sails are in the wind. He'll cut the left. He's got time to do it. Question is, does he have enough time? 1.7 seconds behind the race leader. Tyler Reddick trying to shut down the separation and trying to score the win today in Chicago.
That gap is shrinking. You can see it visually. Reddick is starting to close. Bowman has been strong down here through 3, 4, and 5, but it's drying out in turn 4. That plays to the advantage of that car, Tyler Reddick. Bowman through 4 out of 5. Here comes Tyler Reddick. He hits the wall. That may be all the gap Bowman needs. He's in the wall as they work to 6.
Tyler Reddick gave it all he had coming through turns 4 and 5. He's given up too many car lengths now to be a factor as Alex Bowman, for the final time through turn number 6, drives away. Tyler Reddick came so close, but he did regroup the car, but now he's 3.6 seconds behind.
Reddick had about 20 lap newer tires on his race car, running Bowman down and simply made a mistake. Got into the wall, and that's allowing Alex Bowman to drive away.
Alex Bowman making his way through Congress Plaza for the final time. He works through turn 10, now 11, up over the railroad tracks and into 12. Alex Bowman has never won on a road course, and now he is going to conquer the streets of Chicago. Alex Bowman has won at Chicago.